Welcome back to my channel and good morning. In this vlog we're gonna do a morning routine Q&A because someone asked me what my morning routine looks like, so we're gonna do that while answering some of your questions. So that leads me to my first question, and that is what some of my spring plans are. This spring I want to try and be more on my own. A lot of my friends are writing their thesis currently. I think I have 4 friends. Many of them I can't see at the moment because they're just like in this thesis mode. So I want to do more solo activities where I do things on my own, and the first one of them will be a infrared sauna session. Then Jonas and I were planning on visiting Ærø this spring as well, which I am really excited for because you guys know that I love Ærø. It's Jonas's parents' summer house and it's just the coziest place on earth. And then Jonas and I were actually also in this like health wave. So I have like, what is it called? I'm going to the gym again. I've meldt mig ind I fitness. Can't remember the English way of saying that, but I am going to the gym again with Jonas and lifting weights, which I think it's years since I've done that. And yeah, that's pretty much what my spring plans are. Solo dates, good routines, and visit Ærø, and then hopefully see my friends once they're done with their thesis. I am not planning on getting further education within my field, so within marketing and social media. Of course, if I feel like I have the need, I could do some courses. As things are right now, I don't have the desire to start studying again. I did try like to finish my bachelor's degree, but I got into my 3rd priority and not my 1st, and I wanted to really study something more creative based, but I didn't get into my 1st priority, so I tried to give it a shot and didn't really like it. I had been studying marketing and like economy for I think 5 years, so I was just done with it. I am just the type of person to really work my way up, and I kind of also had like that feeling while studying that I would do much better in an office or working my way up. But with that said, I could in the future see myself studying something more passion based, so maybe like an astrology education or also something within like cooking. I would love for my profile to go more into the food space. I think I love food creators, and I feel like my food content also does really well, and every time I do post something food related, people are interested in me sharing the recipe or just telling them what I'm eating. So I could definitely see myself flow more into the food space. And of course you don't need an education for that. I just like think a lot about Meredith Hayden, Wishbone Kitchen, when I think about like food content because she's so cool. So yeah, I don't see myself taking up my studies again. I do have an AP degree in marketing management, and I am really happy with what I learned from that, and I do still apply that knowledge I've gotten from that and also my gymnasieuddannelse, which was an IB education, in like my work. But with that said, it is really important to educate yourself, and my way is definitely not for everyone. So if you do like studying and you need an education for what you want to do, go for it. This has just been my way of working my way up. Hej Boogie. Hej. Det er så meget tæt på, jeg skal lige tilbage. Someone also asked how big Boogie's going to be. And she's definitely slowing down on her growing. She weighs like a small 8 kilos right now. We think she'll hit like 10 kilos. I have been so disconnected from my personal style for many years, and it is in recent years that I have been finding my personal style more. I think it's something that's ever changing, ever evolving with personal style, because you also grow and change as a person. In the beginning, I thought a lot about, oh, this is because I have more confidence, so I dare to dress in a more like creative way. But in reality, it was because I also healed parts of myself where I, for example, had a lot of limiting beliefs about how to get dressed, where I got so tired of this constant internal fight I had with myself that I couldn't wear this with this, I couldn't wear this with this, and I just kind of stopped. So I had so much more fun getting dressed. Of course, I do still have setbacks where I just don't know what to wear and I don't want to wear anything, but I have created some like uniforms for myself. I can just put that on if I don't know what to wear. But I know I had a tendency, and I know a lot of other people have this tendency of constantly feel like you have to get something new in order to constantly have something to wear, which is not true. So instead I just got a lot more creative with how to dress and how to wear my items for different occasions, which in some way just makes it a lot more fun to get dressed, and it also makes your closet much more versatile. But if you're looking to also find some more unique pieces, I, for example, love to thrift. Some of the best and most unique pieces that feels mostly like me are pieces that I have thrifted. So that is like one of my tips for getting dressed is to thrift, get some uniforms that just you feel so comfortable in. Always reach for them if you don't have the mental capacity to be creative with your closet. And lastly, don't try and always feel the need to buy something new for your everyday life or for when you need to go out or for an occasion, because that's a very slippery road to go down on. And then I also want to say or share a person that really inspires me to find my personal style, and that is my friend Leah. I will pop her Instagram handle here. She is amazing. She has some really great and interesting points, and I learned so much from her. So she is super cool. Do definitely go follow her and have fun getting dressed. A trait in myself I don't appreciate is that I am not living in the moment. I'm always in the future and striving for more, which can be quite tiring in the long run. Going back 6 months, my now daily life was something that I was dreaming of. I wanted to do this full time and being able to create and share content for a living. I've caught myself multiple times thinking about new projects and what the next step should be. But while I'm still finding my footing in this career path, I'm practicing being so grateful for what I'm doing with my life and also enjoying it instead of already thinking about what I will do after content creation, because I have only been doing this since October 2024. However, I have had small passion projects before and I have so many ideas and things I want to put into motion. So I think with my content creation, new things will flourish naturally that align with my content. It could be a brand, it could be my content taking a new turn into something more like a food blogger or something completely else. But I have a lot of ideas, and Jonas is also very eager to already make some of them happen, which I am too. But I think the best thing for me right now would be to grow my socials, become so good at creating content, and have a stable and loyal following. And just enjoy the ride before I start something new. I just made myself a very nice breakfast and coffee. These days I'm craving oatmeal because we had really warm days last week, and then we just have like winter again, so it's super cold outside, which has made me crave oatmeal. So I have made oatmeal these days for breakfast with banana, strawberries, peanut butter, cinnamon, and then I also really like to always add like almond milk or some sort of plant milk. I have always had like an interest in fashion dating back to like my early teenage years. I was a Tumblr kid, and also my friends and I from school, we ran this fashion inspiration IG page, and it's fun to think back on because your now current favorite and biggest fashion influencers, they used to follow that page. And also I remember one of the like key cast of Pretty Little Liars followed that page, so it was quite big. It was really big for like what Instagram was back in 2012. So that is fun. But after I graduated gymnasium, I took a gap year to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And quite spontaneously, I applied for an internship with Ganni in their PR and marketing department, which I landed. So that was my foot into the fashion industry. And then I also did another internship with a Danish beauty drugstore called Matas. And I did like a Sew Me strategy for them to try on Instagram, which after my internship ended, they enrolled throughout their chain. So I've kind of like some really cool internships where I got some key experience for where I am today with fashion and also social media. But it's also been like just completely organic interest. yeah, and that's what I do now, which is super fun to think about, how all these like decisions led me to something that really makes sense. I needed to get past the cringe phase, and it really just is yourself who can do that. I've shared this before, but I'll do it again. I thought of the most judgmental person I know, and then I asked myself this question. If I can only do things that this person would approve, what would I get done? And I realized that this person probably would have a problem with everything I do one way or another, and that put things into perspective for me. For the whole content production part, play around with different concepts, and when you find something that's easy for you to do and also fun, then be consistent. I have a few concepts that I rotate, so whenever I'm low on ideas, I just do one of those that I know my audience also really loves. And for editing YouTube videos, I know for a fact that I take longer than most, but it's around 1 hour per edited minute. So if this video is 10 minutes long, it's probably taking me around 10 hours to edit, and then you can do the math. On my way to pick up some flowers. But Jonas and I, we met each other when we were in the same class. We were classmates when we did the AP degree in marketing management. And we did that back in 2019. So we've almost known each other for 6 years now. Been together for 5 years and married for 1.5. And I don't know any Dutch yet, but I think it's something that I do want to take up at some point, because Jonas is half Dutch. But we have also talked a bit about maybe moving to Amsterdam for, I don't know, a couple of weeks or a few months even. Something that I actually initiated. I think it would be super fun to get to experience that part of Jonas's heritage. Also because I now have a Dutch last name. So yeah, I think it would be really relevant for us and a fun way to also get to know each other even more while living in the Netherlands. Something I get asked often is how to move to Denmark as a foreigner, which I totally understand as I am a local. And I also do try in my best capacity to answer those questions. However, I have never made the move to Denmark since I am native. I have always lived here. So I actually don't know the process of how to move to Denmark as a foreign person. So as much as I would like to answer those questions, I don't think I'm the right person to ask, honestly. Instead, to answer those questions, and this question as well, I will link some creators who I know have made the move, and also I believe shared the process of it. I know my friend Leah. She's from Germany. She's also made the move to Copenhagen. I don't know if she shared the process. However, Annie I Eventyrland is an American mom who has lived here for a long time. I'm not sure how long. And she shared the process. And then also, I've seen her a bunch on my social media. I think she's called Sarit Cohen. She's from Canada, and she's also shared the process a bunch of times. So I think go to their social media and look for their videos about the process of moving to Denmark from a foreign country. Yeah. Jonas, do you have any advice for first-time puppy parents? Sit. Jonas thinks, and that is true, everyone who has a dog thinks they know better than you, and they are not afraid to share their opinion about how you should raise your dog. Boogie, sit. But you are the one who are with your dog every day. So definitely do your research before getting a dog on how to train your dog, because it's so much nicer for you and also the puppy to be well behaved. And then we watched a bunch of YouTube videos of dog trainers, but we watched different YouTube channels, so we could kind of pick and choose what made sense for us and what also worked best for Boogie, because not all methods will work for your puppy. And the first things Jonas and I, we focused on when getting Boogie was to make her motivated by food, because then they're much easier to train or find out what motivates them. And then and do crate training immediately and potty training, because now she is just the most well-behaved puppy almost. she's really growing to become such a good dog. She's still a puppy and playful and is like getting to know her limits as well and where we will set boundaries for her. But you're good, getting so good. And she doesn't have any separation anxiety at all. This room here is just like her safe space. So when we can also feel that she's very like overwhelmed or like really tired or just like, yeah, overwhelmed and can't really rest by herself out here in the living room area, we just put her out here and then like within 2 minutes, she's just like sleeping. But now we will go for a walk. And then before I end my vlog here, the most asked question was where the outfit was from that I showed on my Instagram stories. So outfit breakdown, the coat is thrifted. I found it on Ties for like 400 Danish kroner. And I think it's a men's coat. The knit is from Ganni 2018, I believe. It's a really old knit that I just still love to wear to this day. Pants are from Gimaguas, 2 years old. And sneakers are the new Puma Speedcat ballet flats. And then I wore a wicker bag that I got in Mallorca last year. Or Jonas got for me in Mallorca last year. And my sunglasses, I don't think I shared it on the picture or showed it on the picture, but they're from like Sola, which Jonas got me as a birthday present a few years back. But now it's Jonas's favorite sunglasses, so he uses them way more than I do. Yeah, should we go for walk books? And then the red hair clip is from Cow Editions. But that was everything from this vlog. Now I will take my pup for a walk. Vil du være med det? Vil du være med det, skat? I wish you a lovely day and I'll see you next time. Bye!